Hey guys, welcome to Ricky's Corner, episode 9, current events. So I want to get down to it, right? Episode 9. So what we're going to basically discuss is some oddities, right? For example, why do we always ask when there's an accident? Okay, when we're sitting out there in traffic and there's an accident, we find out there's an accident. What's the first thing that comes to your mind? Why do we always ask, when will traffic clear up? Why is that the first thing that we ask? So that's one thing to ponder. The second thing is, why do we still have pennies? Why do we still have these? What's the sense of having these anymore? Pennies. The third thing is, why do we just forget and move on like nothing ever happened? So, for example, we meet people in our lives, could be any kind of relationship. Say like a relationship that you establish at work, and things happen and people move on, whether voluntary, involuntarily, whatever. And it just seems like the day after, even, it's like we totally forget about that person and like it never comes up again. Why is that? So see, these are some of the things that we're going to ponder a little bit. Like, why? Why do we do this? Why is it that, we act the way we do sometimes, right? All right, so stay tuned. All right, guys, so the question is, which type are you, right? We're stuck in traffic. It's been confirmed that there's been an accident, or we see that there's been an accident or whatnot. What's the first thing that you think of? What's the first thing that comes to your mind? Is it, man, I'm going to be late. I can't wait until this crap is cleared up so I can get to work. I can get to wherever I got to go to. Or are you the type that, you start to reflect a little bit, right? You start to think to yourself, man, I wonder what happened. I hope that whatever happened, I hope they're okay, that no one got hurt. I hope that no one died. But, I did a little survey. It was a small sample. I did a little survey at work, though. And I also asked my wife this. And when I asked, what's the first thing you think of? Even though there's been an accident, what's the first thing you think of? What's the first reaction? And most people said, hands down, I can't wait till this traffic is cleared up. I mean, when is it going to clear up so I can get to wherever I got to get to? So are you one of those types? And if so, take a pause right now and think about that for a minute, right? What does that say? What does that say about you? What does that say about us? That we tend to block out this larger picture and shut out all kind of empathy. We compartmentalize and we simply go into a mode of self-interest, right? I need to get here. When is this going to clear up so I can get to where I need to go? So that self-interest takes precedence over larger things that are in play. What does that say about us? So the more I think about it, the more I've thought about it, I'm like, man, that's really disturbing. I don't know what to make of that, right? Like, are we so messed up, that we just can't even take a moment of reflection, a moment of pause, or prayer? So the best thing that I could say is that I believe it's a built-in mechanism. It's a built-in evolutionary mechanism that basically compels us. We gotta get to where we gotta go. We got to make that destination, because that self-interest is more valuable, especially short-term, than anything else. So what do you guys think? Do you guys agree with me? Do you think it's something else, something more um, disturbing, something more nefarious? So, let us know. In the meantime, just ponder over that question and ask the person next to you. So, when there's an accident, you're stuck in traffic, what's your first reaction? Or just watch their reaction in the future. Watch your own reaction. And just ponder that a little bit. And so with that said, I mean, God willing, any accidents, man, I just hope that, people are okay. I hope that people, make it. I hope that everything is good. All right, to the next topic. Hey guys, welcome back to our next topic here. Part of our Oddities segment here on Ricky's episode 9. So, why are there still pennies? That's my question. Why do we still have pennies anymore? Do you have a lot of pennies laying around? Pennies in your car, pennies in the piggy bank. I mean, any change in your pocket at all? Forget pennies for a second. Do you have any change at all anymore? So, it's just one of those weird things. Why do we still have pennies? And this was inspired, right? I got I got pondering on this question because my daughter wrote a beautiful essay as part of one of her school projects or assignments. And she's a great writer. And so she wrote Eliminating the Penny, an argument for eliminating the penny. And my daughter, she definitely has a penchant for writing, let me tell you. So she had this great intro, and I just want to get into it really quickly here. So she starts with, have you ever filled up a huge jar of pennies day by day, hoping to go somewhere cool? You might think that when you add them up, it'll surely be enough money to go to that dream place of yours. Sadly, that big jar of pennies might only add up to $10. And that's so true, right? When we're little kids, we're encouraged to save and they give us change. Our parents, our grandparents, our aunts and uncles. And so we save and we got all these pennies, hundreds, thousands of pennies filling up a jar. And when we come to find out, it's hardly worth anything. So it's just disappointing. And of course, the argument that my daughter lays out in this essay, is that the penny actually is costing us a lot more to produce than what it's worth. She points out here in an article in the source, The Ever-Changing Penny, the author states, in 2011, it cost the U.S. Mint more than 2.4 cents to produce 1 penny. This conveys that the United States is actually wasting money on a single penny when we could be using that money for something far more important. For example, the money could be used for universal health care, education, infrastructure, even to eliminate the federal deficit. That's what's up. She uses another source, Pennywise, or 2.4 cents, foolish. Also, the United States government, that is taxpayers, that's you and me, taxpayers, lost $60.2 million on the production and distribution of pennies in the 2011 fiscal year. So I ask you again, what's the point? Why do we still make pennies? Why do we still have pennies anymore? Not to mention, of course, that they're just out of date. They have no value. They're out of date. I mean, nowadays we use plastic, right? Our credit cards, our debit cards. So it's just one of those things to ponder. So when you look around and you look at your drawers, maybe in your car, in your console and your pockets maybe, ask yourself, I mean, do you use this anymore, this penny? Do you throw it away? I mean, what do you do with it? So let me know what you guys think, because honestly, I don't know what to think. I don't know why we still make pennies anymore. I mean, other than maybe sentimental, historical value. So that's that on that. Let's move on to our next topic. All right, guys. So our next topic that I want to tackle here, a little bit more serious. Why is it that it's so hard to say goodbye? why is it that when whatever relationship we have, even something as basic as a work relationship, right? A colleague and a teammate. And so you develop a friendship, you develop a relationship, and for whatever reason, voluntary, involuntary, they no longer work there, right? Or this, whatever the relationship is, it ends. Ask yourself, why is it that we seem to completely forget that person more quickly than we might imagine, and we just go on with our lives like nothing ever happened? And it just seems to me to be so cold. I mean, I don't know. I know I'm not good at saying goodbye, so that's definitely something I have a problem with, where I tend to compartmentalize and just kind of, create a wall, right? A barrier, and not let anything in. Maybe that's what it is for most people as well. But it's always good to have some moment of reflection, a moment of where we can think about this person or these people, and think about what they brought into our lives. Even as something as trivial as a saying, a phrase, a joke, some kind of story, or some things that they did. And today at work, a colleague, in fact, did just that. Unexpectedly, this colleague came to work, pretty much with the goofball, the persona that one of our older teammates used to come with, with this bravado and persona, coming into work and making everybody laugh like he was this big shot. And that was good to see. It was really good to hear, because that means that we did not forget. That person made an impact on us, no matter how small, no matter how funny. But people make us. Our experiences are shaped by the people that we interact with, people that we've interacted with. And I think they deserve more credit than we probably give them. People from way back in our school days to people at work, people at church, besides our family members, of course. So just take a moment and think about, what I'm asking here, right? Why is it that I shut this person, these people, immediately and just forget about them? It's almost like throwing something away and you forget about it because it's gone. So what do you guys think? Why is it that we do that? Is it because in order for us to function, we need to compartmentalize and just create a barrier and not let anything in, Let me know what you guys think. So thank you for tuning in to Ricky's Corner, episode 9, on current events, on our oddities. I recommend a show called United Shades of America with Kamal Bell. That's on CNN. Check it out. Very interesting show, looking at all types of people as he runs across the United States. So that's a pretty good show. Thank you for guys tuning in again to Ricky's episode 9, to Ricky's Corner. I appreciate your loyalty. To the next time.